Okay, so let's dive into this. Imagine you're a teenager, right? You're already juggling school, family, all that stuff, but you've also got this secret superpower. And then imagine that power starts getting weird, unreliable, makes things messy. And meanwhile, your family, they're trying to teach you lessons, but man, they cut way deeper than they even realize. That's pretty much exactly where we find ourselves today, doing a deep dive into a really fascinating chapter for Miles Morales. We've got some great material here, a real glimpse into his home life,
Mm.
his recent troubles, and this family history that really shapes everything for him now.
Yeah, it's really captivating how it grounds Miles immediately in this family setting that feels so real, so relatable. You see the everyday stuff, the love, the arguments, the rules, but bubbling underneath is this huge, like extraordinary weight he's carrying. So our mission here really is to pull out all those nuances. Miles' big problem, the family dynamics, which are fascinating, and this heavy hidden past. It's all there in these excerpts.
Right, and as we sort of peel back these layers, I think we're going to find some moments that make you go, aha, really thinking about what it means to be a hero, but also just a son
Yeah.
and someone keeping massive secrets. So get ready. This should be good. Okay, so where to start? Story opens. Miles is serving the last day of a punishment. And the scene is just painted so clearly. He's setting the table with his grandmother's good china, you know the type. White porcelain with the blue detailing glazed over the top.
Oh yeah, the ornate flowers and intricate images of old Chinese villages. Fancy stuff.
Exactly. And it's Sunday, but it's also a special occasion because his suspension, finally over. Now, the official reason he got suspended, supposedly he left history class because he had to pee.
Right, Mr. Chamberlain's class.
Yeah.
And the teacher said no.
Uh-huh. But like you said, there's always more going on with Miles.
Always. And this is where it gets interesting, because underneath that whole had to pee excuse, the source makes it clear. Nope, didn't need the bathroom. He thought someone needed rescuing. He's Spider-Man.
Hey, of course.
But, and this is the kicker, his spider sense, his danger alarm, it's been on the fritz lately. So he's been having these moments, dashing out of class for what he thinks is an emergency.
Fake bathroom breaks.
Yeah, bolting down the hallway, only to find nothing. No monster, no mutant, no madman. Just Brooklyn being Brooklyn.
It's got to be incredibly frustrating.
Totally frustrating. And you see him caught, right, between this deep sense of responsibility. He feels like he couldn't risk it, couldn't ignore it, and just sheer annoyance that his main tool isn't working right. It's almost painful to read. He's even questioning the whole superhero thing. Like, does being a superhero have an expiration date?
Whoa.
Yeah. Is it worth getting punished, failing classes, maybe getting expelled, if he couldn't even guarantee he'd still be able to be Spider-Man by graduation?
That's heavy stuff for a kid.
It is. And you really feel that conflict when he finally decides, okay, stay in his seat, ignore the beehive brain, it feels like, maybe giving up a little, but also trying to get some control back. Well, it's more than just a power feeling, isn't it? It feels like an identity crisis for him. I mean, think about it. Your core ability, the thing that makes you you in that hero role. When that becomes unreliable, it forces this huge reevaluation. Can I still do this? Am I still me?
Right.
It taps into that fear we all have sometimes,
Yeah.
When something you rely on, some skill or instinct, just lets you down. For you, the listener, just imagine how isolating that must feel, especially when people could be in danger. He's not just like missing a save, potentially. He's questioning his whole purpose.
Yeah, that puts it really well. Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk family. Because right after that internal struggle, boom, we're at the Morales Sunday dinner table. And his parents, Rio and Jeff, they are just fantastic. So real. You've got his mom, Rio, fanning smoke out the window. And she tells Miles, make sure you get it all out before his classes, meaning the urge to leave, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Because she says, if you get suspended again for something like this, it's going to be you. I'm fanning out the window.
Huh. Okay, yeah, that's a classic mom line. That perfect mix of I love you and don't test me.
Exactly. And then Jeff, his dad, jumps in, and he brings up Miles's bedwetting past.
Oh, no. Okay, wait, tell me more.
He calls him the most bedwettingest kid in Brooklyn, compares the smell to 200-year-old lemonade.
Oh, my God. That's, wow, brutal, but also kind of hilarious.
Right. He even jokes about using the Daily Bugle, which he only got on Fridays, to line Miles's mattress.
Okay, so he's trying to make a point, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's trying to highlight Rio's nurturing side, because he says, be thankful for your mother, because if it were up to me, you had been lying in the wet spot until it was a dry spot.
Gotcha. So it shows their different styles. Rio the nurturer, Jeff more tough love. but both clearly care.
Totally. You can just picture Miles wanting to disappear under the table, but then Rio brings it right back. But you, not a baby no more, so figure out what you need to do to keep your butt in that seat.
Firm, but fair, maybe?
Yeah, that's their dynamic. Love, but with really clear expectations. And that punishment Miles just finished, it wasn't just being grounded. Oh no, they really put him through it. It seemed designed to teach him responsibility, like from the ground up.
It really did. It wasn't just go to your room. Jeff's approach was super hands-on. Started Friday, 6 a.m., drags Miles out onto the stoop. They have a little talk, kind of ironic. Jeff asks, who's going to save you if you get in trouble as a hero?
Yeah.
Not knowing Miles is the hero.
Whoa, yeah. Didn't catch that irony before.
Right. And then he tells Miles to tidy up, points to the street. See all these cans, be a good hero and put them back where they belong. Helping your neighbors is the most heroic thing you can do, right?
Wow. Connecting being a hero to cleaning up the block.
Exactly. And not just cans. Picking up trash the garbage men left.
Oh.
Including...
Oh, no, nonsense!
Plastic baggies of dog poop and fish guts. Miles was apparently wishing for his web shooters just to avoid flashing it.
Ugh. Okay, yeah, that's peak teenager punishment. I can practically smell it. And after that joy, he had to clean the apartment, do laundry, and make his own dinner, which was top ramen with hot sauce and toast.
Ah, the dinner of champions, or punishment. A definite step down from Sunday dinner.
For sure. It's like the meal of shame.
Totally. It strips away any comfort, any privilege, and it didn't stop there. Saturday. More heroics. Jeff walks him up and down the block, literally knocking on doors, asking neighbors if there was anything they needed done.
Seriously, like community service.
Pretty much. Led to things like dragging an old mattress out of someone's basement, hanging pictures for another neighbor, and walking a lot of dogs, which meant...
Oh, bagging more poop.
Lots of poop, according to the text. It's this exhaustive list, right? All framed around being a hero, but in the most, like, unglamorous, everyday way. For you, the listener, think about how that kind of discipline, even without Jeff knowing the whole story, still shapes Miles's idea of what helping people actually looks like. It's not always swinging from buildings.
Yeah, sometimes it's just chores. Miles actually shuddered at the memory of this torture during dinner. But you also get the sense of relief, the sweet taste of his punishment, his torture finally being over. And then Genki shows up, his best friend, roommate, the guy who knows the secret.
Ah, Genki, the confidant.
Yeah, burly Korean kid. And Jeff greets him joking about Genki stealing shoes.
Okay.
Which Rio immediately shoots down, saying, you know, Genki couldn't hurt a fly. Miles couldn't either.
Whoa. Okay, that line. Miles couldn't hurt a fly.
Right. The dramatic irony is thick there. They're defending his gentle nature, completely unaware of his extracurricular activities.
And yeah.
Yeah.
It really highlights how much they don't know, even though they mean well. And the lessons keep coming, even playfully. Jeff mentions reading about kids getting robbed for sneakers, telling Genki to be careful, maybe.
Seems like it.
And then later he gives Miles punishment dessert, which isn't dessert at all.
Let me guess. More chores.
Washing dishes and taking out the trash. Or he could trade that for paying the bills. Because, Jeff says, it takes wages, not wishes, to stop washing dishes.
Another dad line.
Totally. This whole sequence, it's a masterclass in how this family operates. Humor, practical tasks, life lessons all mixed together. They're trying to build his character, make him responsible, even if they're working with incomplete information about who he really is.
Okay, but then, after dinner, things get serious.
Yeah.
Really serious. Miles is taking out the trash, and his dad comes out, joins him on the stoop. The same stoop where they had that first talk on Friday.
Oh, okay. Setting the scene again.
Yeah, and the silence is tense. Miles feels it sizzling in his stomach.
Jess starts gently, you know me and your mother love you.
Uh-oh. The setup.
Exactly. Miles could feel the setup coming, and then Jeff just lays it out, shot it straight.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really heavy.
Yeah, this feels like the heart of it, the real fear behind the punishment, the rules. Jeff is clearly struggling. He stammers a bit, looking for the words, and then he brings up the family ghost, Uncle Aaron. You know your uncle was suspended. A lot.
And then the line that just hits like a punch. He didn't think he ever had to follow rules, and it got him killed.
Yeah.
And the last thing your mother and I want is for you to be like him.
Oof.
Yeah. The text says those words, suspended, rules, killed. They pierce Miles, lodged in his neck. It's not just a warning. It's like Raw fear talking.
You absolutely feel that way, and Miles's reaction inside his head, it's so revealing. He's apparently used to hearing about Uncle Aaron in times like these. Aaron is always the cautionary tale, the standard for stupid, the example for all things wrong.
The family black sheep.
Totally.
Yeah.
He knows the backstory. His dad and Aaron were street kids, Brooklyn jackboys, always robbing and hustling.
A tough start.
Yeah. But his dad chose a different path when he met Rio. Uncle Aaron, though. He kept chasing fast money in dark alleys. But Miles knows something much darker, something immediate about his uncle.
And this is the core of his burden, isn't it? This question of legacy, secrets, what we inherit versus what we choose. Because Miles knows firsthand. He knows that 3 years ago, Uncle Aaron had accidentally killed himself while trying to kill Miles.
Right. Let that sink in, trying to kill him.
It's this massive, profound trauma, a secret he carries that makes his father's warning infinitely more complicated and painful. Remember Jeff saying earlier, "You're just like me"? With this hidden context Miles has. Wow, the irony is just devastating.
Yeah.
For you, the listener, just try to grasp the psychological weight on this kid. It's not just the Spider-Man pressure. It's this deeply personal trauma, this fear of echoing a tragic past that literally tried to end him and keeping it all secret while his dad pleads with him not to be like the man who attacked him. How do you even begin to process that?
It's almost unimaginable. So, wrapping this up, what does it all mean for Miles? We've seen him dealing with powers he can't trust, facing real-world consequences for his secret actions, getting these tough love lessons from his parents. But underneath it all is this incredibly heavy, tragic family history. A history his dad only partly understands, but Miles knows the full, terrifying truth of. It really drives home that every hero, no matter how powerful, is still tangled up in very human things, like being a son, a friend, and carrying secrets that could break you.
Absolutely. What's so powerful here is that complex web, right? Personal responsibility, family love, this haunting echo of Uncle Aaron. Miles isn't just out there fighting like the villain of the week. He's fighting internally, fighting to be his own person, separate from his uncle's legacy, fighting to control his gifts, fighting to live up to what his parents want, but without ever being able to tell them why it's so hard or why their warnings hit so close to home. So our deep dive kind of leaves you, the listener, with this question to chew on. When your family means well, but their advice is based on a past you understand way more deeply and maybe more terrifyingly than they do, how do you navigate that? How do you honor them, protect your secrets, and still manage to forge your own identity, especially when those secrets feel like they could define your whole future? It's that universal struggle, really being understood, breaking free from the shadows of the past, good or bad.